What's up, everyone? It's me, Drew, and I have just completed 8 weeks on my journey back to fit. Before we get into the recap of this week, this video is sponsored by my friends over at Energy Bits, you guys, and this is some of my favorite spirulina and chlorella products out there. And I promise you, if you care about your health and you care also about the planet too, the cool thing is like algae is great for the earth. And this product is amazing, and like I said, it's one of the most nutrient-dense food sources and protein-dense food sources that you can buy or purchase to help you with your health. So go check them out, energybits.com. Use the code Fit2Fat2Fit for 20% off. So this past week, I was vegetarian. I did the vegetarian diet, and comparing it to what I ate on the journey of gaining weight, where I did the vegetarian diet in a very unhealthy way. I ate, back then, lots of like bean and cheese burritos, lots of bread, pasta, rice, and cereal. Not a lot of vegetables, to be honest with you, and ended up. I remember gaining a lot of weight on my vegetarian week on the journey of gaining weight. And I did not feel really well because there's so much junk food that is technically vegetarian, that fits into that category that it's just not healthy for you. And so now that I'm on the journey back to fit, I have my good friend Veggie Lisa, who's a nutritionist based here in Utah. She helped me with the meal plans and the recipes. And my girls loved the taco soup recipe. Taco soup was something my mom would make, to feed 11 kids. And she would make it in bulk, of course, and so we would have that, and that was one of my favorite meals, adding cheese and dipping chips in it. Like, it was awesome. And so this time around, I'm making that again. My girls loved it. Obviously, I didn't add the cheese and the chips and the extra calories with sour cream and stuff like that, but for me, it was amazing. And the recipes were really good, for sure. It was interesting because I did add things like Ezekiel bread and a little bit of grains during this week. Ate things like hummus and had some like veggie wraps. So I had these can't remember what kind of bread it was made of, but these wraps, and would make these wraps with just hummus and sunflower seeds and some bell peppers. And so the food was really good. I'll say that. I will say though, on doing plant-based diet, for my digestion it just makes you gassy. And this is what I heard from a lot of people too, not just me, but a lot of other people. And maybe it would have improved had I given my body more time to adjust. But I didn't like that part of it. My sleep recovery, I tracked my sleep data on my Whoop app, and my recovery was a little bit lower this week compared to when I was vegan or paleo or even keto. It dipped slightly, but that could have been other factors like stress. I'm going through a stressful time, like selling my house, looking for a new house, a new Airbnb here in Utah for a couple months. I'm looking for a home out in Hawaii as well. So it could be life stress as well. It's not just the diet. So there's a lot of other factors that go into that. My blood sugar actually wasn't too bad this week. Adding in protein from beans or protein from chickpeas or whatever the protein source was, I think helped to keep my blood sugar levels from spiking too much. Sometimes it would get up to 130, 140, 150, which, for me is high, but for other people that might not be that high. But for me, it definitely affected my blood sugar levels. My performance in the gym, I would say, was decent. My recovery was decent. I didn't notice like it was worse or much better this week. But I will say that every 2 or 3 hours I was hungry. I was hungry every 2 or 3 hours, which sure, yeah, if I work from home it's easy, but if I was out on the go, you just have to be prepared for that. And so with these types of diets where you're eating every 2 or 3 hours, it kind of is hard to go long periods of time without food. Like on keto, I can go 6 or 7 hours and be totally fine because I'm satiated for a long period of time. But anyways, that's pretty much all I noticed. Stepping on the scale, I did not expect to lose 3.8 pounds. That could have been a lot of factors of just, the workouts that I'm doing are doing what they're supposed to do, burning that fat. My metabolism, my metabolic rate is probably increasing. Doing this week was like more heavy weights. And so I think my body's really responding well to the weightlifting. I added in my vegan protein, or a new vegan protein from Complete Wellness, which was really good actually. And so that helped get my protein source, my protein amount up every single day. Also taking those energy bits, there's not a ton of protein in just like a small amount, but I take like 4 or 5 servings. So it's like 20 grams of protein from the plant-based source of algae, which is, very nutrient dense. So I was able to get my protein in for sure. We'll see what my body fat percentage is this week. It's kind of stayed still for the past week or so. Actually went up 0.1%. So we'll see where I'm at today. My inches didn't go down a lot. Only a 1/4 inch in my waist and a 1/4 inch in my hips, which isn't a ton. Last week I think I lost an inch. So we'll see. We'll see as the journey continues. But I'm really excited to get back into keto. We're going to do more of a cyclical keto diet this week. So I'm really excited for that, and I'll talk about how my body responds to that. Also some intermittent fasting, and yeah, so we'll see. I'm really excited for the next couple months because I think that's where it's really gonna take this body composition to a whole nother level. And for me, I'm not too worried about getting back to fit. I think I'm making that good progress. Like losing 3 pounds a week over the course of the last 4 weeks is really, really good, and that's amazing progress. So my body's responding well. But for me, it's more so about what I'm learning on this journey back to fit and how I can relate to my clients, because we're all on different paths. We're all on different we're all on this journey together, but it looks different for all of us, and people's progress looks different. And I might be ahead of some people, but I know there's people that have lost more weight than me, and they started on the same day. So it's all relative, and it's not about comparing yourself. And so that's why I'm trying to remind other people on this journey back to fit. It's not just about your progress versus my progress. It's like, just focus on you. Like, just continue on this journey, even though it might be slow progress. It's still worth it, even if you're not seeing that progress. And so anyways, yeah, more to come, you guys. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you guys next week.